Alright guys, I'm out here. Thought I was done with my rear axle with doing all the cleanup and stuff. If you watched my video the other day, I was talking about the stainless steel U-bolts I had custom ordered. And the lady called me back, and she was rude. It was a different lady as the owner. And she said she was not going to sell me the U-bolts unless I bought the tall nuts because I was going to use my 12-point AR piece. So anyway, since the deal fell through, I'm stuck with using my originals. So no problem, I can clean and paint these. But the issue now is having to use these. The rear axle I'm running, the axle tube is smaller, so the U-bolt's a little sloppy on it. So what I've decided to do is I found a piece of pipe that calipered out the same ID as the OD of the axle, and then this is the thickness, the wall thickness I needed to take up the space on the U-bolt. So I'm basically going to cut this about 4 inches wide, so it comes out pretty good on here, so the U-bolts will actually have plenty of room. And then I'll cut it in half, and I'm going to drill 3 holes in the top so I can plug weld it to it. And then I'm going to perimeter weld it all the way around, and then I'll go back and bevel grind all around the edges, and then use filler on my finger and go back and make it molded in. Kind of sucks because I got to grind all my filler out because basically the MIG heat will pretty much just it'll delaminate all this filler. So I'll go in and grind all that crap back out, and I'll have to redo just pretty much all the end area, which it's not that big a deal. It's going to add some hours to it, but it's got to be done. I'm not going to put that in there with it being that sloppy. So anyway, it's a spacer basically is all it's going to be. But anyway, I went out and I dug all my stuff out of my shed that I'm going to need to get the chassis back as a roller, because some of that stuff needs cleaned and prepped. Now, as with everything that I've done on the chassis, I've basically smoothed out all the casting lines and rounded sharp edges and stuff to make everything a lot cleaner. It'll just make for a nicer product in the end. Spent a lot of time on it, but Anyway, these are the rear leaf spring hangers for the car. They're kind of crude. They're not even straight. When you look at them, this is actually angled. If you can see that, it's actually angled this way. And they're straight cut. You can actually see it better on this piece. It's actually straight cut instead of being rounded where it looks good. So what I decided to do to try to make these pieces look good, I calipered out a pattern here, and I drilled my preliminary holes. So what I can actually do is I can clamp this to the other 3 pieces, one at a time, of course, and use it as a drill guide for my speed holes. But anyway, after about 30 or 40 minutes, this is what the piece will look like. I did round the ends, and I beveled the edge all the way around on both sides because it's pretty kind of sharp actually, and I tried to square it up around this edges. But anyway, I drilled the speed holes and I stepped them because it's kind of hard to tell, but the caliper doesn't lie. It's fatter in the middle than what it is on the ends down here, so I speed holed it with a big one here and a little one here. I don't really want to go any bigger. It would look better if these were bigger, but I just don't want to go any bigger because it is a suspension component. But anyway, it's just a little bit of detail. I did chamfer the holes there on both sides, so it does look a little bit cleaner. I am going to have to Z-chrome these because they are pitted, and there's like marks in them, probably from the tooling where they were made. But anyway, I'll go back and block them out, and they should look pretty good after that. But anyway, that's a pretty trick little part there for. I mean, it takes a lot of time, but in the end, it's going to look pretty cool in the finished product. Especially when we got mirrors under the car. It'll just be another detail that somebody might catch. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get on it. I got a lot of work to do.